Indiana. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, catching up with the Rebels head coach, his running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity, and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. And the Rebels ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The offense changing the play. Here's Carr to throw. Good timing on the quick out. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those cornerbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Finds his big tight end. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Third and short now from their own 48. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
To the ground, he's got it again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And send the tight end in motion. Throwing. Carr. Pressure coming. Complete to the left. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Mobley. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Play action, C.J. Carr. Buys a little time with his feet. Lets it fly. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a 3rd down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals, because you know kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
Run inside. It's Mobley. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Dead center perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Caught behind the line. It's Lacey. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Running inside, it's Lacey. Hard-hitting tackle. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on third down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Gonna field this one in tight quarters. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Quarterback making adjustments. Carr. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Dropping back, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Here's Carr to throw. He rifles one deep down the middle. Got it down the field. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He wants to change this route. The run inside. It's Mobley. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Complete. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So they'll send out the field goal unit. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. The lead now 6 here in the second.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Lacey, and he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Running to Green. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it along the sideline. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Caught over the middle. It's Gill.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. back to pass. Using his feet to buy time. That's caught. It's Haas. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
And the Rebels go back to work after moving the chains through the air. It's complete to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Lining up for the point after and the lead.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Right on the money. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass. It's Carr. Throws it deep. And he's got it inside the 35.
That throw shows tremendous confidence in him to make that play. That's a 50-50 ball, and he's not the biggest receiver in college football, but how about the vertical, and how about the desire to go up and snatch that away from the defender?
This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Might have a chance. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. Throwing, Carr. Here comes the heat. Trying to get away. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Looking for the score. And that one is picked up in the end zone. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. As expected, they're content to run out the clock and go into halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 20 team, the Houston Cougars. And it's Kentucky able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
It gets them to 4-1 on the season, and it's got to be looked at as a solid start.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
He makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it.
Flying down the right side. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The RPO, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. Quarterback running on the draw. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Rebels.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
He's into the end zone. The two-point conversion makes it a two-possession game and a 9-point lead. On the move from inside his 5. Makes a move. Gets it all the way out to the 42. What a nice job on that return. Here come the Irish back on offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Nine-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. They feed him again, and that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Mobley. Got a little grass. Makes it past the marker. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Carr. Got it behind the line. It's Mobley. They don't fall for the screen. Great job retracing and stopping him at the line of scrimmage.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Carr. Makes the catch, it's Porter. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires complete. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll send the back in motion. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. It's Lacey. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Bringing the heat. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week, as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
We talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, 1st down.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. What a costly mistake, and what a big play by the defense to get the football back on the interception. And now this offense can drive down and take the lead. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's Carr to throw. Pocket breaking down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16.
And he can fill up the hand now with that big man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cook. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the 1st down marker.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I need to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Got his man. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ballgame, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd.
Could be an alley.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Got enough space. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the fourth. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Rims him with the stiff arm. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Might be changing the route. Running inside. It's Mobley. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got a man. It's Mobley. There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Sure hands, it's Flanagan. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Throwing, Carr. Makes the grab. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The run inside. It's Mobley. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that's a nice play by this offense, but, man, they got to go. They got to score 2 times. Nice run. That clock is their enemy, but they need 2 scores, so they got to get some points.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Carr. Here's a heat. Buried before he could blink.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Carr. Fires deep toward the end zone. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
And how about the defense coming up with a big play late in this football game? Offense trying to put something together. But, man, they anticipated pass. They played with great vision in the back end, broke on the football, Palmer, and they called game.
Yeah, they had the lead. They knew the offense was probably going to have to be throwing the football to try to get back in this thing, and everybody's eyes on the QB. What a great job jumping in front of the pass. Forget knocking it down. Catch the ball, pick it off, end the game.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship. And winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.